Strenzfeld, and it was just filled. I thought, where is university? Sorry, where are all these people from pictures? Many companies are looking for young specialists here in Germany. They invest money in young people today. You need to be confident, but the most important thing is that you need to be motivated.
Welcome to our podcast, Voices of Anhalt, where we are trying to make your voice heard. And by we, I'm referring to the team of the International Office of Anhalt University of Applied Sciences. And by you, I'm referring to our international students, international alumni, and expert voices of our university. We're doing this for the first time, so please bear with us and leave us a comment. So I guess it's only polite to introduce ourselves. I'm Anne, and I'm the director of the International Office. And next to me is Florian. Hi, Florian.
Hi, everyone. I'm the project lead of the International Career Service and also the vice director of the International Office. And today we offered a very special event which we call STEMpower. That's a workshop for female engineers in which we're trying to help to advance their careers and share their experiences. Our guest lecturer, Nataliia, will join us now for our podcast. She started studying at our university way before we both joined the university.
That's true.
And she graduated from the Masters of Food and Agribusiness program in Bernburg and is now pursuing a successful career. Hello, Nataliia.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you here.
Nataliia, can you tell us about yourself? What is your job position now? And can you tell us something about your company? Anything
Yes.
you want to share?
Yes, sure. I'm really grateful to be here with you. And let me shortly introduce myself. My name is Nataliia Fuman, and I am currently working like a customer service and operation manager by international family-owned company in Hamburg. I am waiting for your questions.
What is a typical day at your job like?
I enjoy each day by Helm AG and now by Helaxa because I enjoy to communicate with people to get from them new knowledge. Also, I really like my job because I communicate with customers from all over the world and I get energy from my work. And it's really, I'm very lucky because I can enjoy each day by my company.
Okay. You said that you communicate all over the world. Are you like responsible for a specific region, or is there like a market that you deal in most of the time?
No, we have customers in Germany, in Asia, in Canada, and therefore it's also opportunity to communicate with people from all over the world and with time differences as well, because in case you need to talk with someone from Korea or Canada, you need to adjust your own working time.
Does that mean that you sometimes work during the night?
No, but sometimes I need to get up very, very early morning.
And are you trading goods or? What?
Yes, we sell product to our customer, pharmaceutical products, to customers in different countries. And I'm responsible for end-to-end process and mainly for commercial and supply chain topics.
And the official title of your position?
Customer service and operations manager. I mean that I'm responsible for end-to-end chain between production to end customer. In our case, it's a big companies, and then they sell products to end users, to customers.
And are you dealing in this specific tasks alone, or are you responsible for leading other people in your team, or
I'm
how does that work?
Yes, I'm responsible alone, and I need to cover all processes, but my responsibility is just one product. I do a different job related to customer service, supply chain, sales, account management, but it's everything related to one product.
Coming back to your studies, do you remember coming to Bernburg? Do you remember your first time at Anhalt University? Do you remember why you chose Anhalt University of Applied Sciences?
I remember this day. I was very nervous, but I chose Anhalt University because of its international reputation. And before coming to Germany, I saw a lot of photos from different events from Anhalt University, like Christmas in Bernburg, like harvest celebration. And it was excited. And also I saw photos from students from different countries. For me, it was like a globe of internationality, I can tell you, because I was nervous, I was curious, and I understood that something interesting will come to my life.
That means the university in your home country already had some ties with Anhalt University?
Yes, there was special program between our university in Kiev and Anhalt University, and it was a possibility to go to get Master of Science title here in Germany.
So how did you arrive from Ukraine? Did you come here by train and then you were dropped off in the middle of Bernburg and had to walk to Strenzfeld?
Yeah. Someone gave us contact of one student from Ukraine, and she met us in Strenzfeld, and it was just filled.
That's what
I
everyone
thought,
says.
yes, I thought, where is university? Sorry, where are all these people from pictures? But I came to Strenzfeld for 6 months internship, firstly, and then I continued as full-time student. And
An
it
internship
was
doing like field work, or
yes, but I was very lucky, and I was in one biotechnical laboratory by Professor Dr. Kühne, I think, and all another people and students from Ukraine were on the field. And I tested first time in my life very, very delicious German Kuchen in laboratory, but it was really very good experience. And yes, it was firstly just internship.
So I've checked the stats. Way back when you were a student here, so that was even before my time, when you graduated, we had about 1,500 international students, and the Master Food and Agribusiness had 28 students, and quite a few of them came from our Ukraine partnership. Compared to now, in the winter term 2024, we had about 2,200 international students, and also the Master Food and Agribusiness is still going strong, also with many international students. Currently 48 of them study there, and so you were definitely one of the early birds in this program. Can you tell us anything about your studies? What did you like about it? Was it something, is there something you wish you had known before?
You know that it was completely different study that we have in Ukraine. In Ukraine, it was just the theory. And here it was like a complex of project works, for example, of some team works between students. And I remember we had one professor from US. It really was very useful to have him here in Hochschule Anhalt. And I remember that we had this lecture on Saturdays. It was dream in Europe. and it was logical to study abroad and to get international education and to see what else can this world show me.
Yeah. And were there any other options that you had besides Germany and Anhalt University? Did you think about, I don't know, studying in France or in Spain?
I had an internship, production internship after third year in Great Britain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to go to Germany. I don't know why. I have some special feelings to German people, to Germany. For me, German language, it's difficult, but it's something very, very close to my heart. And after study, I understood that it was right decision.
So that means when you came, you already knew some German, or?
So. I had a internship, and we had these 6 months to improve our English, but also there were a lot of lections at the Master of Food and Agribusiness in English.
Yeah.
Therefore, it was not very difficult to communicate with people, with professors, and so on. But if it's possible and I can back time, I will tell me, Nataliia, please learn German as soon as possible.
That's one of the best recommendations that you can give to our students, because
Yes.
that's what we always tell them. If you're really planning like a long-term future in Germany, the first thing to start is learning German.
Many companies, like for example Helm AG, is very international. But anyway, in your daily communication with colleagues, as usual, it's better to talk in German. And without German, I can't imagine your success here in Germany.
Yeah. And did you only learn German like through everyday conversations, or did you also go to like
No.
a German class?
It was very, very painful. I had a lot of lessons regarding Partizip 2 and other German.
Konjunktiv.
Yes, and I had a lot of grammar books. But really, I think that only way to learn German, it's, yes, sure, to have a lessons with teacher, and but also to talk with native speaker. It's very important because, for example, such special German words combination you can learn only in day-to-day communication with your colleagues,
Yeah.
and it should be like a combo.
Was that difficult for you when you started out being a student at Anhalt to approach some of the native speakers? Did you make friends quickly with some Germans, or
No.
no?
No, we had community in Strenzfeld, and it was mainly students from Ukraine, Russia. We talked with our classmates, but I think it was not enough. Maybe when you have some time car, I can go back and find someone and to learn German again with someone from Anhalt University, not to talk with my friends.
But how was your student life in general in Strenzfeld? Lots of parties, I hear?
It was very, very hard.
Was it?
It was challenging because we need to pass exams.
Yeah.
It was not very easy. We need to participate in all Strenzfeld parties. And also we need to work because we would like to see another countries. And like a student's work, we would like to earn money and to have possibility to travel somewhere.
So you worked as a student aide back then?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And therefore it was very challenges.
What did you do as a part-time job?
I don't know how to call it in English, druckerij.
Like at a printing service?
Yes, we worked at printing service. It was just 1 or 2 times per week, but it allows us to earn some money, own money, and travel somewhere or to make a great party in Strenzfeld as well.
Yeah, I heard that many students enjoy working at the library or at printing service.
We learn hard and play hard.
That's important. Do you have the feeling that the studies that you had back then prepared you for the job that you're doing today? Or do you feel that those two are not really related anymore?
Yes, because I have not got, but I improved my soft skills here. Maybe
How so?
I started to get my first soft skill here in Anhalt University.
What was that?
Communication, teamwork. It was like first steps for me to grow not like a professional, but also like a personality.
You talked about your student life and the community. Do you still keep in touch with the community from back then? Some fellow students or maybe even some professors?
We have a very, very, very good Strenzfeld MFA community here in Germany. And people with whom I communicate almost every weekend.
Really? Still, after all that time?
Yes, all from MFA. And they married after our study here. And I can tell you that there are 7 families who are from MFA. And surprise, my husband also graduated from MFA.
He was in the same program?
Yes, but a little bit later.
But did you know him before or did you meet him in Strenzfeld?
No. I met him. I knew him, but I met him when war started after 9 years or 10 years after my study here. But he is from MFA as well.
Voices of Anhalt is a podcast produced by the International Office of Anhalt University of Applied Sciences. If you would like to find out more about the International Career Service or our FITTER project, please write an email to fitter@hs-anhalt.de. Talk to you soon. If you think about your past and your student life, is there anything that you would like to recommend to yourself back then?
Yes, study German.
Again.
Okay, yeah, we got that.
And study German. And last but not least, believe in yourself. I think as you're a student, you don't have enough confidence to believe in yourself.
So after you finished your program, you wrote your master's thesis. Did you write the thesis with a company, for example?
Oh, no. It was not related to the company. It was about investments to Ukraine.
Ah, okay.
And at that time, it was a very interesting topic for me.
After graduation, what did you do next? Did you immediately start working? Did you apply for a job? Or what happened?
You know that our life, sometimes it's some positive things, sometimes not very positive. And at that time, it was very difficult to find job here in Germany. Germany 12 years ago or 15 years ago and today is absolutely different Germany, you know. There were very high requirements for international students to find a job. And I have sent a lot of applications to different companies after my graduation. And I have got a lot of mails, unfortunately, and good luck. And I made a decision, go back to Ukraine, because maybe I haven't enough patience. But nevertheless, it was my decision, because really it was very hard to find here a job at that time. I think today it's absolutely different, and many companies are looking for young specialists here in Germany. They would like to develop people internally, not to find somewhere externally. They invest money in young people today. At that time, it was absolutely different. You can ask a lot of my friends here.
I know now students have 18 months to find a job. And also they can find a job outside of their subject that they studied.
Absolutely.
So I think it's not necessarily easier, but at least there's like a bureaucratic process behind it that you can rely on. Is your company hiring still in this economy?
Yes.
Are they open to international
Uh,
students?
I think yes, and our company is very open for international students and international employees. And for example, we have in our company like international community. It's just employees from different countries. We have together lunch, we have some dinner, we have some celebration together. It's like an international club by our company.
You said that the company is located, if I remember correctly, close to Hamburg?
In Hamburg.
In Hamburg, okay.
Yes, in center. And but I am now working at subsidiary company, and
Okay.
it's located near Berlin.
So do you still have other branches throughout Germany, or are these the two only, Berlin and
In
Hamburg?
general, our
Yeah.
company has offices all over the world. In Asia, in US, in Great Britain, I think, in many countries. We have more than 700 employees all over the world.
Wow. Does that also mean that you have to travel sometimes to these
Sometimes,
places?
yes.
Except for Germany and Ukraine, which was your favorite place? And why?
Very difficult question, because I like each country. Every country has something special.
Which has the best food?
Greece.
Florian question.
Greece.
Greece, okay.
Germany.
Is that true? What's your favorite German food then?
Bockwurst.
Really?
That's the perfect answer.
What made you come back to Germany or thinking about finding a job here?
War.
So you came
Yeah.
due to the war.
War in 2022 changed everything. I packed my life, my title, my position, my house in suitcase. I mean that I lost almost everything and moved to Germany. And then I've started to look for opportunities here. You can lost everything, but your experience and your skill remains with you. This situation with war in Ukraine changed lives for many people in Ukraine, for many families. And I think that it was 10th day of invasion and I moved to Germany because I have here friends, brother. I studied here and it was my decision to go back to Germany again and started from zero to build my career here.
Did you rely on your network to find a job?
No. I just applied to different companies and I just visited the website for companies which I know and applied, and that's it. And then was one vacancy at Helm, but it was not in agriculture where I spent all my career, but it was pharmaceuticals, and I accepted this proposal.
That's what a lot of our students do. They go online, they search for jobs, but then they come back and tell us, yeah, I've sent 100 applications and no interview. Can you still guess how long it took you from the moment that you sent your first application until the interview, or did you have to send 50 or 200 applications?
I think there were 20 from June to August, but I was already with experience.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe it's a difference between me maybe and students, and maybe they need a little more patience and they will get their dream job.
Yeah. Do you feel that there's any difference in applying for a job between Germany and Ukraine?
I think no. Mainly international companies have the same corporate human resources standards and processes. And they are looking for people for example, like in Germany, like in Ukraine, with the same logic, and they have the same process, the same application process. Therefore, I haven't seen very big difference between Ukraine and Germany. Maybe in Germany you need to talk English or German.
Yeah, maybe you came back on a very hard and special circumstances, but also if our students or future alumni think about leaving Germany, getting some experience in their home country and coming back, now they have the option to apply for fast track, blue card also, because they have a German degree and that matters to the embassies. So I can only imagine this was very hard turn in your life, and you had to build up your family, a career. Do you feel more at ease now?
I think yes. I'm confident with my current job. I enjoy it, as I told you earlier. I'm thinking about Ukraine every day, but I pass my driving exams again here.
Congratulations.
You had to do it again?
Yes.
Okay.
I started everything from zero here in Germany, like a 70 years old lady, but not 17 years already. It was difficult, I think, 1.5 years. And now I can tell you that it's more easy.
What was harder, the theoretic exam,
Practical.
the practical one?
Yes, practical one. But I have passed it from the first attempt.
Really?
Yes.
And in which city? Was it a big city?
No, it was Ulten. Yes.
I was lucky too. I did my learner's permit in a very small town. I knew all the corners and it was no problem at all passing. I always pity students who have to do this in Halle or Berlin. I can't imagine.
I think in case you pass your exam here in Germany, then you definitely can drive.
Anywhere.
So we talked about that you applied for different positions and about 20 companies. So when you got invited to the interview, which was the difficult part of that? Was it the nervousness or the German language? Because our international students, they're always interested in how to prepare for these situations.
First, a piece of advice: you need to learn something about company. You need to know maybe some history, some products of the company. It's very important to know, because then you can talk with people at the same language. Second one, know if it's in English or German language. I had one situation when it was interview, and my German was not very good, and he started in German on the hello, and then he looked at me in video.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was very short interview. It was
Shortest
5
interview
minutes or 7 minutes, because he understood that my German it's not sufficient for this position, and I haven't checked that this position required good German knowledge.
Yeah.
And it was very funny, but it was very short. Maybe read about position, about expectation at this position. What company expect from your side, and also to be prepared what can you deliver to the company, what added value you can bring to this company, how you can help company to get more money.
You mentioned one important word here, money.
Money.
That is something that a lot of students think about when going to an interview. They also feel pressured because they know they have to earn a certain sum of money for the visa that they need to get. How did you approach this, like, salary negotiation?
There are a lot of sources in internet where you can look at benchmark. I mean that what salary you can expect at this or at that position or vacancy. You can be prepared. But my tip that better to maybe accept lower salary but agree with your employer that after your probation time, you will get more. Because companies also need time to understand if you are ok for this position, if it's all truth, what
Are you
you have.
worth it?
Yes, yes. I think it's also like a strategy. You can talk, okay, I will accept this one, but let's talk in 6 months about salary increasing.
Yeah.
Because you see that I'm perfect here.
So, what was it like seeing your first pay slip or receiving the money in the account, knowing that you're finally part of this company? Or did you just notice the huge difference for before and after taxes in Germany?
It was okay. I think that salary level in Germany is quite equal for all employees. And personally, my point of view that here in Germany there is no big difference and between salaries, because in Ukraine someone can get very high salaries and someone not so many to get not so many money. And here in Germany, majority of people have the same salary niveau, and I like it because then society in, how to say, the same condition, not like you have many rich people and many armed people.
Yeah, I can understand, like, if you're a skilled laborer with experience and also a degree from a university, I think you can expect a good salary. But of course, we also have people working minimum wage.
But my salary for me is sufficient for normal life. It's most important things for me, because you just need to buy everything you need for normal life. I don't want to get some ships or I don't know, airplanes. For me, it's okay. I do my job, I get my salary, and I'm happy.
That's a nice way of approaching life.
But do you remember the beginnings when you started at your company now? Were there any challenges you faced?
As
Could
a
you
woman,
not just as a woman, as an international person, as just a new person in the company?
no.
Did you have challenges adjusting, or was there anything foreign to you? Was it
No,
smooth?
it was very difficult because firstly I needed to understand the workplace culture. But in that case you need just time to see what is the culture in this company, how they drink coffee, how they have lunch, how they communicate, how they buy, for example, presents for birthday. But second challenge, it was German language. Because majority of employees in daily communication speaks in German, and there was nothing related to my nationality or gender. I think that nowadays we are living in a very, very global world, and all people are open to each other. And I think in case I will face any such situation, I will leave this company. Because respect from colleagues, from boss, from management is very important for me. And I can go somewhere else and find a job, but in case I lost this respect, I leave company.
So, how did you start out at your company? Like on your first day, was there somebody that you followed around, or did you have like a work buddy that helped you out?
Yes.
How did this?
Onboarding.
Yes, I think
Onboarding process.
Yes. I had one lady. She was very polite, and she was like my buddy. I think this buddy, mentor, coach, it's very important to have, not only at working place but also at university, that someone can show you how people live here, how they are studying, how they are working. And I had one colleague, and she supported me. And also we had like onboarding plan. when everyone tell me one part of our daily job. For example, what I need to do in system, how I can reach colleagues in another department or something like that. I mean, this body helped me a lot.
Were there any mishaps in the beginning?
Yes, it was my first day. I needed to go by train and I bought a new jacket and coffee was on my jacket.
You spilled
Yes.
coffee on your jacket.
And it really was first day, but it was very funny, because it's your first day.
I know the feeling. On my first day, like working at for Anhalt University, I already met our president, and I was like frozen. Like, what am I gonna say? So sometimes first days can be tricky, but in my opinion, you just get used to it.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to switch from the student to the professional perspective.
Yes.
Also, the sweet student life is over.
Yes, and
Every day, starting at the same time, having to be there a certain amount of time. Student life is hard because you have to study a lot, work part-time, you have to organize yourself, but you have more freedom, I believe, and freedom to change your schedule once you're in a company or in public administration like we are. You're expected to be there.
Yes, absolutely. And you think that, I don't know, that job will bring you some joy, but it's not so. To achieve something, you need to work hard.
Do you enjoy your job?
Yes, and I work hard.
Do you feel like the longer you are at your job, the more you enjoy it? Or is it depending on projects or people?
It depends. For me, for example, I'm always looking for opportunities for participation in some project, because in that case you can learn something, and learning is also very important. In case you can take some knowledge from your colleague, from your customer, from your, I don't know, friend, it's very important. I think that we need learn something as long as possible. Your brain need to work always. You don't need just to sit and think, okay, everything is clear, here 1, 2, 3, 4. Then your life is not interesting. You need to find opportunities, new project, I don't know, to participate in some communities, to talk with people, integrate as well. Integration is also very important. I think not only work, but you need to integrate to your team, to have together some parties, I don't know, some birthdays, somehow Christmas parties as well. Such things help you to be integrated in your team. And we spend more than 80% of our life at working place.
Don't remind
Yes.
That's depressing.
No.
Yes.
But that's a good point. I mean, you have both perspectives, like working in Ukraine and working in Germany. Do you find any like major differences in how Ukrainians work and how Germans work?
Or
Yes.
any advice for our students? What is the German workplace like, and what do you need to know?
My favorite things is that you will never get call after 17. It's very strict rule here in Germany. And in our company, I will never get call from customer because they respect your private life. In Ukraine, you can go to shower on Saturday and get call from your boss.
And FYI, if you're in the public administration, we say Freitag 1 macht jeder seins.
Yeah.
So after Friday 1 p.m., no one is to be found because everyone is doing their own thing.
Yes, and it's right, because when you spend 80% of your life, you need to have this work-life balance. It's very important. Then you can again restart your energy. You can again come on Monday and work a lot, work hard.
But you know, as a German, it's always nice to get somebody else's perspective on how we are. Is there anything that Germans are particularly not good at in the workplace?
That one should accommodate, or that one should bear in mind.
Sometimes, I don't know if it's I can tell you, but I observe that sometimes Germans can talk with each other about some weather, I don't know, about food, small talk.
Yeah.
But in case you need to go to someone and clarify something about work, it's not very easy. I don't know if it's so or not. You can tell me. But I think that Germans are talking about families, vacation, I don't know, everything possible. And then you can go to someone and ask something about job. It's my feelings.
We want a formal inquiry before we make a decision.
Please fill in form 13B.
Yes, but I don't know.
Voices of Anhalt. Voices of Anhalt. At this point in the podcast, we would like to do some categories that we have found out. We call it the superpower question. If you could have any superpower to help you with your work, what would it be and how would you use it in your typical workday?
I think that it's a sense of humor and positive thinking. It's a superpower. In case you have it, you can go through all challenges. You can achieve everything you want, because we have a lot of sad and difficult situations in our life, and I think that in job you always can find a solution. And in case you will find this solution with positive thinking, with sense of humor, it's better than just sitting to be very nervous and think that now we have end of the world.
Who has the better sense of humor? That's, I have to ask, Germans or Ukrainians?
Ukrainians.
See, I knew that.
Sorry.
Elect a comedian as president.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
Yes.
Working hard.
Look at our president.
Yes.
So the second question in this segment is, we want to also get to know you on a personal level more. What about your taste in music? Do you have like a go-to playlist or a song that helps you focus or tackling a problem? Are you even allowed to listen to music in the workplace?
Yes. It's allowed at our company, and my boss told me that in case it helps me, I can do it anytime if I want. I'm listening movies tracks. Soundtracks. Yes. And I prefer classical music. I'm altmodisch.
Voices of Anhalt. Okay, but also important, you said in the beginning that you work a lot and that you spend 80% of your time 90% of your time at work. But how about some, this nice little word called work-life balance? How do you spend the parts of your day where you can relax?
I take energy from traveling. I like traveling a lot. And I think it's also important to make borders between your private life and your work life. I mean that I need to close my laptop at 17 and forget about work and to do something in garden or I don't know where, but not to think about work. But it's not very easy. You couldn't just switch off and forget everything. But I'm trying and I'm learning. And in case I have time and possibility, I'm traveling a lot. We have visited a lot of countries. For example, we just came from Greece.
Where did you go in Greece?
Santorini.
Oh, nice.
Yes. It really was like a paradise.
Yes, better weather than in Germany, I guess.
Yes, and on Monday in Greece was 38. Oh, wow. And today here in my lovely Germany is 12.
12, well.
It's autumn, what do you expect?
Yes.
Do you think it's like hard to keep that balance between private life and work life? Is there anything that helps you with that? Like, for example, do you sometimes are able to work from home or things like that?
It's not very easy to find this balance between work and private life, because, as I told, it's impossible just switch on to private life and forget about everything. Maybe some, I don't know, in case I have guests on weekends and I need to buy some products or I need to figure out what we will cook, that help me to forget about product and to think about private life. But it's not very easy. I think that maybe someone knew this secret rule how to do it, but it's not me. Sorry.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Maybe you can give me advice.
You mentioned setting up boundaries earlier.
Yes.
And some people, it helps them if they have to like travel away from their workplace and listen to music or have some distance to your job. You mentioned that you're comfortable now in your career. Do you still think about expanding your career, doing something new, going up in the ladder of your employer?
Yes, it's very personal question, but I can answer that. I was managing team of 11 people in Ukraine, and now I don't have team. And my personal goal to develop my career here and maybe have some team. But to do that, I need German and more experience maybe here in Germany, because I like to work with people, to communicate, and really it was a pleasure for me to build a real team of 11 females in Ukraine, and we communicated on daily basis with 70 sales rep, and it was challenging.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, but anyway, it's my personal goal, maybe in the future, again, to have a team, because to work with people, it's great pleasure, and to understand people emotions, to find a right players for your team, to have interviews, it's bring me a lot of enjoy.
Going back to your studies, thinking about your career, back then we were still called the Akademische Auslandsamt. Yeah, we made the change to international
Horrible
office
word.
Yeah.
in 2015, and now we're offering language classes, we're offering workshops, we are helping with writing your CV. Is there anything you could advise us on helping students to prepare for the job market?
I think that it's important that they are not waiting for the last day of their study. I mean, you don't need to wait tomorrow. I will pass my last exam and I will do something. I will apply, I will prepare my CV to proceed with preparation as soon as possible.
So when do you think students should prepare their CV and think about their career?
I think,
Right after starting their studies here, or?
I think last year, maybe within last year, to start preparing for your application process, and also to have imagination where you would like to work, which company you would like to apply, what expectation do you have from company, what in what city would you like to work. I know that many students we would like to have a job, and then after 3-4 months it's not for me. Therefore, I think you need to think in advance about your future.
Do you want to work in a big company, medium-sized
Yes,
company?
yes.
What's the field you want to work in? Get to know the German companies, international companies working.
Or would you like to work somewhere in small town, in family business? It's also an option. Therefore, you need to think about this thing earlier, as soon as possible, and only after that to start the process of application, CV, and maybe also great opportunity to have some workshop with human resources departments from companies, because what I see that companies are looking for young people, and in case, for example, university can organize some workshop where representative from HR, and they can talk with students, also share story about company culture and so on, and then maybe someone feel that this company for me, and I will definitely apply to the position in this company.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do with the Fitter project, where we try to bring students and companies closer together. But how did you do that? Like when you were in this position, did you maybe do like an internship during your studies, or how did you gain some experiences?
No, there was maybe my fault, my mistake, but I haven't participated in any internship here in Hochschule Anhalt, and there were not so many possibilities at that time.
Yeah.
And in case I will go to university now, definitely I will start with some internship, I will start with some project in company maybe, because you can't make some project for a company about, I don't know, logistics, something else, your ideas, and then you can apply to this company. I mean, maybe be more proactive.
Were students allowed to work back then? I mean, now they're allowed to work 140 full days or 280 half days, basically. Do you remember whether there were stricter restrictions on this, or?
I think it was not so many hours when you can work. It was the same, I think.
So you would recommend taking a look at the job market and what kind of companies
and
where
internship,
you
yes, and internship. But first step to understand where you would like to work, your personally.
your personal goals.
Yes, your personal goals, agriculture, pharmaceuticals, I don't know, milk industry. You need to understand what is your personal goal. And then you can go and apply. And then it will be good for both of you, for you and for company, because company needs motivated students. Also, motivation is also very important. In case you will get some job and then just, I don't like it, I don't want to work here, and you just waste your time. It's your job, you are motivated, you are inspired, you would like to work, you would like to get up and go to your work.
A lot of our students, they're also bound by requirements that they have to fulfill for their visa. They have these 18 months time, and they spend 12 or 14 months looking for a job, and then they suddenly realize, oh, my time is running out, and then they're getting like stressed, and they're clinging to anything
Yes.
that they can get, and that is often a position where you either get taken advantage of, or you find a job that's not in your heart. The recommendation that we always give is also start looking early.
And it's very good that you give this recommendation to the students, because in case you're at this stage of your life when you are very young and you are just graduated from university, you need some support. You need definitely some advice, what to do, where to go. And I think it's really very valuable for everyone to get this support from university. And then in 5 years, 10 years, your students will come to you and tell you, thank you very much. And then you will feel what is your role in our world.
Sometimes you need to find what motivates you
Yes.
and what excites you, and try to find this niche for yourself at a company that's the most ideal place to be, because personally I like doing my job. And
Me too.
Yes.
And we get to do podcasts. So
yes, and it's way past 1 p.m. on Friday today. We are already at 4 p.m. and we're still enjoying
don't tell
ourselves.
anyone.
But also we are talking here about companies, but young people can go and to work at universities and different institutes. I mean, it's not only about some international big corporation. Any job can motivate you, but you need to find this job.
You spent quite some time in Germany now, and if you look back at the time you spent here, if you would have to name one thing that's the best thing about Germany and one thing that is the most challenging, what would those be?
Best things, I think it's nature. I like German nature. Ostsee, Nordsee. The most difficult, I think that you know answer. Bureaucracy.
We love bureaucracy.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And it's simple answer. Because in case you need to get some, I don't know, approval from some authority, it takes, I don't know how many times to get it, and then you will get it per post.
Yes. We
Per
love
post.
paper. And at least it needs to take at least 6 months, or else it's not important enough. And we've been hearing this digitalization for 10 years. Public
Even longer than
services,
that.
Changing the law. We can make appointments now at the
City registration, and in some cities you can even upload your residence permit application, but it's a process that's growing slowly.
Very slowly.
Langsam aber sicher.
Langsam aber sicher. We're also coming to an end of this podcast.
I have one final question.
Please, go ahead.
If you picture yourself, you could give advice to all of our young students. What do you think is the most important thing to prepare for when you graduate or are about to graduate?
You need to be confident, but the most important thing is that you need to be motivated.
Well, thank you, Nataliia, for that very insightful discussion and your tips and recommendations.
Thank you. I'm really grateful to be here today at workshop and at podcast, and I wish you all you students good luck and believe in yourself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
one last message to our listeners, to our students. If you have any questions, recommendations, or if you even want to become one of our voices in Anhalt, please drop us a message.
And also check out our Fitter project. Just check our website, Google Fitter. We're looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening.
And see you next time at Voices of Anhalt. Voices of Anhalt is a podcast produced by the International Office of Anhalt University of Applied Sciences. If you would like to find out more about the International Career Service or our Fitter project, please write an email to fitter@hs-anhalt.de. Talk to you soon.